Hi, welcome to OutSystems tutorials. This is Jess, and for today's video, we're going to talk about client variables in OutSystems. Before we talk about client variable, let's take a look at local variable and how is it different from client variable. A local variable exists only in the scope of the parent element. So a screen, for example. Now, when the execution leaves the scope of the parent element, the value of the local variable will be destroyed. Client variable, on the other hand, is not bound to any element. The only time that the value is destroyed is when the user signs out of the platform or when the platform signs out the user automatically. Let's take a look at an application involving this. So I have here a customer listing screen. And then if you notice on the upper right hand of the screen, there is a search box. If I type in a name, say Ken, the table will be filtered based on my criteria. And when I click on the name, I will be redirected to the customer details screen. Now, if I go back to the main screen and we check the search box, the characters that I typed earlier is now gone. The reason for this is I am using a local variable for this one. Now our task for today is to change this local variable to client variable. So even if we switch screens, we will still have the value here. So at this point, I'm going now to the Service Studio where we develop the application. So as you can see in the interface tab, I have the customer screen and the customer details screen. Now if I go back to the customer screen and expand, here you will see that the search is using search keyword variable, which is a local variable. By the way, to create a local variable, just right click the screen and then click add local variable. Type a name and hit enter. But for this instance, we won't need to create another local variable, so I'll just delete this one. Now also notice that the table is using get customers aggregate. If I double click on the get customers aggregate and click the filter and double click the search, you will see that the search keyword local variable is also used to filter the result. So the search keyword can either be blank or a customer name is like the search keyword. So we will also change this later on. So at this point, we're going to create the client variable. So I need to go to the data tab here. And if you can see, there is a client variables folder. And for me to create the client variable, I'll just right click on this and click add client variable. Let's name the client variable as search keyword also. So the data type is text. Let's leave it as is. And then let me go back to the screen. So I'll change the variable of the search box from search keyword local variable to the client variable search keyword. So it's available here. I'll just click and select. If you notice, there's a client prefix added to indicate that this is a client variable. Lastly, I'll go to the aggregate and click on the filter tab and double click on the filter. So below you can see that I can also access client variables from here. So I'll just double click the local variable and replace it with the client search keyword. Same goes here. And then I'll click close. And finally, we will publish the application so we can see the changes. There, it's done. Let me go back to the application and just refresh. So if I type in a name, say Alvin this time, same, the table will be filtered based on the criteria. And then if I click on Alvin, we will be redirected to the detail screen. And notice that if I go back to the main screen, I still have Alvin. So you can use client variables in instances like this, but please take note not to use client variables for sensitive type of information such as password. Also, please note that client variables can handle basic data types with an exemption of binary data type. If you find value in this video, please hit the like button. If you want more videos like this, please consider subscribing to our channel. See you in the next one.